Hey, Max here. So we're gonna do the Denver ebook as the free ebook here in the early part of the year. I've been running it for a few weeks, and the reason why I'm making it Denver instead of my traditional New England is I think the Denver ebook is good. It's off meta, but I think New England's better, and I'm gonna be in New England until we get a tight end apprentice, and I think that's a really powerful book. So members are gonna get that. If you become a member of the channel. And as you see, we're on all Madden difficulty. I want to show that. If you become a member of the channel, you'll have the spread ebook where I put out the craziest cheese with RPOs and everything already. The biggest glitch in MUT 20 or MUT 24 right now. I don't know if we're gonna patch, but it's crazy expletive. But let's go ahead and go through the Denver ebook for everybody. So hope you guys are gonna enjoy this. Sit tight. It's gonna be a long video. All right, there's a lot of things I want to go through in Denver's book. Split flanker close. It's okay. Doubles hip is fine. Tight Y off is good. It's probably the main one I run here. I don't really run Y flex. Y off trio is really nice. I'll show you cover 3, cover 4 beaters in this book. How to beat man coverage. Bunk strong. Nasty is good. And the reason why Denver isn't a top tier is because probably it doesn't have enough great man beaters out of its bunch or tights. This tight's actually really nice too. One of the few books in the entire game, along with Jets. It's pretty close to Jets, but it's not quite Jets. And then Gun Box is really nice. So it's got some nice off-meta stuff. I feel like it's missing that like special it factor that turns a book into great. And obviously with Slot Apprentice, you can do a lot of things with this that I'm not gonna, there's so many things you can do. But like anyway, let's go. I think like split flanker close. I'm not going to actually show you on the field. Nice plays are like pivot dig over there. The problem with this one and in this wide receiver corner is it's only got 1 run and 6 plays. It's very predictable. So that's why I like never really got a hang of it. It's good. Don't get me wrong. I'd say like B tier as far as a form. Doubles hip. This post pattern on a flood drive, it should beat man coverage, but it's so inconsistent that like you probably want a route tech there. Bench halfback angles, actually really nice, especially if you don't have a halfback apprentice. I'll show that in the field. Red zone scissors, great for throwing that running back route right there. Let's go ahead and show you those 2 plays to start off. And like I said, this is not a formation I was in a lot, but I do want to show off some things you can do. Bench halfback angle. Let's show it against something like man coverage is based in the meta, so a lot of this is going to be based off of man. But we'll show you. Show you zones. Johnson's right. That route right there out of Johnson does get decent spacing against man coverage. So there are certain C routes, and this is something you want to look in all your books. Certain C routes beat man. Certain C routes do not. Whereas like Hester's speed outs destroy man IRL. But like in this game, okay, that was lucky that 21 didn't react there at the end. This game speed outs are like okay, they're so inconsistent. With press man, I want you to see goats right there. Press man, sometimes you can just outrun them, and sometimes you just get outrun. So press man, even if you have fades on them, those are inconsistent too. So a lot of this game against man is inconsistent. Now, the one thing I want to show you is Bo Jackson's route against man. This is about as consistent as a man beater is. Halfback angle routes are going to be a big portion of your scheme to beat man coverage. If they're only sending like 3 or 4, I'll show you how to pick up loop blitzes here too. But really, halfback angle route, and then with halfback apprentice, this flat zone where you can just beat them out to the flats quick is generally a pretty good throw here too for a couple yards if they hang on to it. Now, it's not great. It's better oftentimes because guys will send a lot of pressure at you and they'll man your running back up with that like safety way back there. So like when you're manned up against a linebacker, the linebacker will be able to get you pretty quick, but a safety, you might be able to get it, outrun them, get 10 yards or so before the pursuit catches you. So running backs are very important. Also, GOAT being a slot apprentice, especially somewhere like right here. Do you see how he's a slot apprentice even though he's like the wide receiver? So that's pretty unique. At the slot apprentice posts are really nice as far as getting open against man. I don't love their crossers. That didn't get great against man because he kind of got bumped there in the middle of the field. You saw that, but the posts are great. The corner is inconsistent. It's a little deep. You're gonna have to look through your books for deep corners. The problem with Denver, I found, we don't have a lot of great corners in there, sharp corners. So really to beat man, a lot of times you're running outs, and even outs sometimes get bullied. There he got open as I was getting hit there. I'm kind of getting pressed a little bit here. So deep ins. Oh, that was a post pattern. So we know posts fry out of slot apprentice. but I was going to show deep in just in case you have like an outside receiver here. Deep in, we'll see this, and we can see it burn. Yeah, it got there. I just got hit while I got there. So it got open enough. Madden, that's open enough for throw it, because you can kind of catch in man coverage this year where the knockout screwed you last year. So anyways, that's kind of like that. And then the red zone scissors. Didn't really use this as a red zone play. My red zone plays are kind of just running the ball a lot of times. Denver, I didn't find a whole... There are some things you can do depending on you playing zone or man, but yeah, really running back, red zone scissors. This is a solid play for getting mostly against zone. I just wanted to show you that again to show you it doesn't really separate in man coverage every time. Against zone, it's good. Against man, like you saw there, it's inconsistent. So... sometimes she goes, sometimes she don't go. Away she goes. Man is just, it's just, the foundation of Madden 24 is built around inconsistencies, and that's why people call it man coverage. Because sometimes you are literally just going to stick to somebody like over and over, and sometimes it's just going to get open over and over, and there's like no way of scheming around it because they made man coverage that random this year. All right, tight Y off is where I spent a lot of time, and some of these deeper corners are okay. Some of them got open, some of them fried. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna show you wide receiver under versus say like pivot dig. So there is a little bit of a difference. Do you see how it's a little bit more rounded? Maybe you can't see it on your screen between pivot dig and wide receiver under. I like wide receiver under quite a bit. Let's just go to like let's do like spinner. Keep using it, whatever. All right, whatever. Spinner. So if you watch GOAT and stuff, so either against spinner, you can try and block it by motioning guys in. You can block your tight end. I kind of like it just stock like this. So if they're going to send that many, we're going to have to go. See how triangle doesn't really get open that much? Corner routes are just too deep, man. Corner routes are just too deep there. And what is that? Wide receiver. Now here's pivot. You see how there's like a little difference in depth? These are great for defeating different zone coverages. But what I found out of this, and what I really like is squares route right here. It wins. It's like it's a zig in. Not a lot of receivers have zig ins, and they will win just like zig outs. They'll win sometimes more than others. So like slant out corner route, you can generally feel this out route right there, just slightly after break. That one didn't work, but like I said, man coverage is so inconsistent. You just gotta basically call plays that beat man coverage a decent amount. There was a zig in for the tight end. I do like zig ins from the tight end. Sometimes some zig ins, you can take them to the the first down marker by smart routing them. This tight end zig in you can't. If you take a look at this wide receiver one, I do believe this one you can. So there is the difference between sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So the zig in to the first down marker is very rare. That's not something you see often. The problem is it takes a lot longer to develop, and if you're under pressure, you're probably going to get hit by the time he's breaking open. So one thing to know, if you're expecting a lot of heavy pressure on that zig in on pivot dig, to know that. So these are the things I'm trying to I think a great way of beating man coverage this year is just running double drags also. Double drags is great by interior guys. So if you go double drags and your slot apprentice Jerry Rice or whoever you want, there's a couple guys I think with slot apprentice, maybe not. But something like this, great for beating man. It's got levels, it's got double drags. Double drags are great against zone too, except of course like maybe some hard flats and shaded under zones like that. But basically you have, a streak in case they, accidentally run commit or something. But he's basically clear out zones if they're in zone. GOAT is there as the level guy there. And then otherwise double drags, right? So I basically had, 3 guys open against man coverage if we watched them all. So everybody, as long as you didn't hit the wrong button, even if you hit the wrong button, you're mostly probably going to throw it to the open guy because they're all open. Now the user can only take, because there's depth here, the user can only take away one of these things, right? See how far separated they are? Separation of routes is paramount in Madden because of the user. So basically, as long as you don't throw it to the streak, which would be a 50-50, and maybe you can pass lead this inside, but don't do it. Don't do it. Don't take the risk because you got positive yardage here. Your drags are open. Your post is open. So that's like basically like if you have any sort of tight set, Not just that, I like this one because there's a tight end and a running back on the opposite side of the form for blocking if they come heavy. I like it for that purpose. So you can do post double drag with a max protect, or obviously double drag streak, or you can even streak him double drag here. So that's kind of what you're looking at. I prefer tight end apprentices, but we don't have one yet, so that we'll go back to the spread book when we do, like I talked about. Become a member. Become a member. We already got an ebook on the spread. We already got an ebook up from our 46 defense. It's great. All right, so that's right there. A couple of those plays. I think inside zone is okay. The problem with inside zone is if you run it more than twice, since on all Madden difficulty, they start to react better. So you want to run the RPO. RPOs are glitched this year. The intelligent AI for runs doesn't kick in RPOs. So you want to kind of main RPOs as your run game. And one of the big weaknesses of Denver is there's not a ton of RPOs, so it's really like a passing book. All right, spot wide middle, something I want to go to. Let's talk about going against more zone cover guys. Corner strike. Oh, let's do corner strike too. I'll put that as my audible because that's good against man. So let's do let's do corner strike. Let's do spot Y. So in previous years, spot Y. Let's just do a base man here. Let's do like edge blitz. Oh, come on. All right, and I called the wrong play, but whatever. So in previous years, like Sharp would get open here on this route and man coverage. This year, it doesn't seem to be the case. Well, okay, never mind. I just fried him, but it's inconsistent, right? Okay, just again, inconsistent. Maybe you can put short in on him. In my experience, a short in and slot, whatever it wasn't great, and I misthrowed it. I don't know how to throw balls this year. It's something that's frustrating. Regardless, so it does all right. Right, it does all right. Hester's route is super interesting. Stop routes are something that are okay against man, if he ever got to his spot on time. I think comeback routes and curls, right? Curl, and then we'll move him out there. I guess I can't move him out there. Curl to like goat. So watch curl to goat against man coverage. That's pretty good. Now, if they're in trail man coverage, don't throw that. So it's a little bit of a risk depending on what they are. And if they're in 2-man under, generally not a good idea to throw those. But that's something that you can get. Otherwise, can he motion out? No, I don't know why I can't. I can't get into these guys motioning out. So it is what it is. You can always like motion across dudes if you don't have a slot apprentice. You can motion across goat. Motioning is great to screw up loop blitzes too. See how he fried. Now if I went for the deep middle there, that would have been like a easy man beater right there. So it's weird that see how well it beat man. That exact route destroyed man going in the middle, but on the corner it doesn't. They did something to nerf corner routes this year. So you want like short corners to beat mans. Otherwise, corner strike is what I wanted to show you guys against some man coverage. Press or edge blitz. Again, some of these C routes are really good. Some of them are really bad. So here's a C route. Even though it looked like it wasn't open, I threw it and he got open at the end because it's so sharp and so cutty. Okay? Again, this is all Madden difficulty. And you do want route running over 85 for better routes. But yeah, so that's like a good C route. Don't ask me what a good C route looks like and a bad one looks like. Just go, like, literally go to practice mode and choose your own. So this is one of them good C routes in this formation if you want to use it. Obviously, you can do, like, leave Jerry there. You can put him on a post pattern if you want him to cut a little quicker and get a little deeper. You can even double drag here. Double drag here. C route, post pattern. I actually don't like that post pattern because of how close it got to the C route, so the user could get a little close to both of them. But anyways, zone coverage. Zones is all about, I feel like, let's just talk about one plays. It's kind of in our box. Let's wait for a one place here in a second. Flex Y off, I didn't like. Y off tree. Okay, here's a one play. Let's talk about how to beat zone coverage over the top first before we talk about how to beat it underneath with our different forms. So first of all, I want to go through Y off trio weak. Okay, PA post dig shot. This one right behind my head. This is how you beat cover 4 in the game. This is literally a one play. Let's just call it cover 4 drop contain. This is what we like to call Portland concept. This is an IRL concept to beat cover 4 over the top. Crosser in route post pattern from the wide side. Now I don't think you can motion Johnson in here and make it work, but we could try it. And plus, it's a tell. So we can try this post pattern motioned in, but do you see how it kind of gets tailed by that safety? So we need to get like over top of that safety without him noticing. So we got to do that from a wide side of the field. So we're just gonna snap it, okay? Snap it, hold. The problem is you need a lot of time, but once you get that time, I missed that throw. Oh man! Once you get that time, generally that's a touchdown. I guess I just messed it up. All right. One thing I do, I like to go this way to mess with the user. And man, he's actually playing that really well here in practice mode, and I don't know why. That's a problem. They don't play like that in the game that I've noticed. And we missed our pass. Okay, well, there you go. Our one play, and it's also not playing that well. Yeah, he just Edry just destroying my life right now. Maybe it's also because I don't know. Moon's got I don't know what his ability is. What's his X factor? But he's not doing well for me at all. Yeah, Ed Reed's playing insanely well. Don't ask me what's going on, as I've thrown this over cover 4 a few times this year. Not a lot of people call cover 4. I will say that. But that should beat cover 4, unless the recent patch changed that, which they could have. I mean, we just got a patch on Friday. That could have been changed, but that was bombing it not too long ago. So, anyways, I guess cover 4 is not the meta, but yeah, I bombed some dudes just sitting in cover 4. If you guys want to cover 4 one play against palms and quarters, become a member. It's easy to one play that every time. People literally can't call it against you once you know this concept. You can do it basically every single formation in the game. All right. Bunch strong, nasty, something I like. This wide trail play is really good. I like flanker drive too. Let's do this wide trail play first. Let's put the flanker drive. Oh yeah, wide trail's already there. So let's come out and flanker drive. All right, flanker drive. Let's do it against man. I'll show you how to pick up blitzes against man here soon. Here's flanker drive against man. This is a 4-man rush. But basically, it's alright. Right? Your tight end should get separation, but he doesn't. All you're basically hoping here is that like some guys run into each other and you get open. Didn't happen. Shannon Sharp not getting open against Deion Sanders, okay? I guess it makes sense. I like this a lot because of corner routes against zone coverage. I'll show you why trail. This is more my man beater. The other one's more for zone, but let's show you this against man. Okay, I just want to take a look at it. Look at the post pattern, open, trail route, open, drag routes. They're generally okay. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at that in replay. Against man coverage, drag route. This guy was like lurking here. Was this guy the manned up on my, I don't know, it was a cover 1. So that's why I took away the drag. So I'd be like a user. So they throw that there. I like trail routes. It doesn't show that it's getting open here, but trail routes generally are pretty good at beating man coverage. One of the better ones. You can throw this. Just watch out for a lurking linebacker. The post pattern, the deep safety here will probably mess you up if you throw it like right here. If you wait till they cross the safety's face, you can pretty much get that. Make sure you got your pass lead down and away. The corner route did get open once it beat press, but you gotta like, you can't bullet these things unless you have a ton of separation with like a really sharp angle corner route. You gotta like lob them this year. You gotta lob them over the head of the DB to beat them over the top. So it takes fundamental timing. I'll show you how it's done. We're also short side, I will say. Short side is not a good way. All right, that was a bad throw. Should not have thrown that. Let's go wide side with our bunch. Most people go bunch to the wide side. Bunch to the short side is cringe. All right. Oh, we're also in the wrong one. All right, so here we go. Circle to the corner. Watch Hester. Okay, that one we had to like throw away. That one didn't get open at all. Zone is so, dude, this is so weird. Man is so weird. Zone's at least consistent. Wow, he got bumped, but nah, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. I hate it, dude. It's so inconsistent. Post patterns and drags, man. That's all you can really do. Here's our offense now. Post pattern. Post pattern. Double drags and a trail. There's our man beater. R1's open. Circle's open. Square got... He was kind of... he was only not open because of the deep safety, but he was open if there's no deep safety. Anyways. Yeah, it's wildness out here. This PA bunch trail, the posts are not going to be open because of the deep safety. And these thin posts are good if I had time to throw them, but you have to be faster than your opponent. So you got to have like a theme team. It's crazy. Wait, which one do I want to throw? I want to throw bunch trail. But otherwise, watch R1 open, circle open. Like I said, these post patterns. That was more of a crosser than a post, but anyways, they're getting open. So that's how you're beating man. All right, how to beat zone though. So I talked a lot about these formations, how to beat man. Let's talk about how to beat zone. And like I said, one of the weaknesses of Denver is I don't love its corner routes, and I've tried so often on these short corners to get open. I didn't see that. Oh, speed dig out's a pretty good bunch. That's a pretty good play right there. It's a little long developing, so the man guys that send a lot of heat at you aren't great. Tight. I guess you should go to tight before you get to box. Slot post. Great play right there. Really like that slot post if you don't have a wide receiver apprentice or tight end apprentice. That's a good post. Bench is solid. The corner routes are fine against man coverage. They kind of nerfed. Everybody kind of knows to go against cover 4 against tight. And they nerf the things that beat cover 4 dramatically. And from what I've seen and what I've gone against. Basically just press cover 4 against tight this year and you got it locked down. All right, gun box. I love gun box for bombing like cover 3. A lot of people will spam cover 3 against you. Let's just go like cover 3 cloud. All right, so all you need to do on this play, streak, goat, come back on Johnson. Everything else is to distract the user. You can block your running back. Everything else, your pocket movement, your routes, distract the user from playing the sharp route. All right? So I'll like shift here, whatever, but it's just a one play. As long as you give it enough time, most consistent cover 3 beater in the game. We have one just like that, which is, really good in our spread ebook for members. But that's literally it. Otherwise, what's great against cover 3, same play. We now have a flood concept over here between a flat corner streak, and the streak is wide, so there's like no tell. And then like this backside C route's okay. We'll talk about that in a second. But this is great against cover 3 too, because now I've got 20 yards. A lot of times what they'll do in this formation, once they see you hit them on the sideline a bunch, they're going to start double flatting over there. It's called mabling, so it'll basically take that away from you. But they'll have like 3 defenders on that side of the field, and that's when you can start attacking back to the middle, other side of the field with goat, double drag stuff like this. Otherwise, never forget your tight end angles. Love me some tight end angles. Tight end angles open right there. Post patterns open there. Tight end angle is open late too. Never forget your tight end angles. This should be a foundational part of your offense. Okay? Okay, so let's talk about this C route over here on Johnson. We'll just watch it against zone, right? Watch Johnson's C route against zone. Nothing special. It still distracts the deep safety. Nothing special at all to the ball way. Okay? But let's watch it against man. And I don't know if I like it short side against man. I don't know if I like this short side against man. But against man, it's one of those C routes that did work for me. I'm not going to say it's super effective. But here I'll show you against, let's do this edge blitz man. So maybe we'll go short side bunch. Although I should show it against whatever. So watch Johnson again. Wait for the motion. Actually kind of got locked there. Oh, man. This stuff is so inconsistent. I've literally beat man coverage with a C route. Alright, if you're sick of, like, cover 1 man, wheel your running back and then wait, I guess. If you got time to wait in your pocket, wheel your running back. And I got hit. Didn't have time. Usually it gets open. I like this, actually, short side better. Oh man, is so frustrating. Other than double drags in a post, Zig routes, zig ins. Sure, those are good. Let's wait for this. And I'm tackled. Get extra blockers, I guess. Is my C route at least getting open? No, he knows I'm going there. That C route's not working right now. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Johnson, Chad. Some C routes work, some C routes don't. Good luck. Go to the corner is actually, if they, like, go to the corner will work if they bump, right? See how go to the corner was okay there? See how go to the corner was fine? It's just such a long, I even got gunslinger. It's just such a long throw motion. Let's try it. Sometimes they bump on that. When they bump, you got free balling. I got an X factor Deadeye and I'm still missing. What is this blitz? Why am I getting killed so much? It's just a shed, right? Yeah, I just don't think that pass lead works. Huh. I gotta figure out. I think this is one of those times. This is one of those times where we do a float boy against this corner on this corner route. Yeah, that didn't even work. I gotta float it more. So these are the things you gotta do in SWAT. Like, it's man coverage is so crazy on all Madden, especially since I have the best man corners in the game. Alright, so I showed you how to bomb cover 4, I guess. Cover 3, I guess. Cover 2, I just run guys down the sideline against cover 2. Cover 2 is easy. What will people run at you? They'll probably run like some sort of... We'll talk about how to block blitzes here. The only thing you need to worry about with cover 2 is these jams jamming the inside. We'll talk about that in a second. That one did not jam. That one did not jam. So the only thing you need to worry about really here with cover 2... Alright, so let's watch this. So, circle, streak goat. Alright, so basically, all you're worried about doing, all you're looking at is the safeties. Watch the safeties and where they go. I got one distractor in the middle. The middle's wide open. You can throw that. This bunch set is probably not what I'd do to attack a guy spamming in cover 2. I would come out in verticals out of some sort of tray formation to the wide side of the field. Near side of the field is cringe. Wide side of the field is how we want to attack cover 2. And then, so, like, I send 3 vertical against 2 defenders. We got an underneath guy that has to be usered. So, really, we're looking... he actually went vertical with him. I think it's because we're on soft squad. But, basically, you're looking pass lead down the sideline against cover 2. And that's all I want to tell you about cover 2. Cover 2 isn't really used outside of cover 2 blitz, but... Yeah, you can just basically pass lead to the outside portion of the field. Safeties play better this year at the outside. So make sure you look to the middle, because sometimes people won't put middle thirds there to stop your cover 2. Yeah, I haven't really seen a lot of trouble. I haven't seen a lot of people running cover 2 outside of mixing it in because of how vulnerable the sidelines are. And yeah, so if I see somebody cover 2, give me something like this play with in go, and then DB fire. So let's go like this. Get the goat out of there. Let's block it. So we're looking Hester to Sharp down the sidelines. Like, did you see how wide open Sharp was? All right, this is a good one. This is a good blocking practice, okay? How to block DB fire too. The thing that you see all the time. You need to block your running back. Shift away from the running back. ID. The D back. ID. This guy right here. Right? Shift away. ID that guy. And you pick up. You pick it up. Alright. I have the goat going to the flat, so that way it'll stop the soft squat from matching on the circle. But most people like go to hard flats or whatever, so you don't really need as much. But yeah, that was a bad throw. Why was that? Huh. Anyways, that was a bad throw. So did that pick it up though? Let's just see. Let's just look at the protection. A lot of guys will press, but let's just watch the protection here. Comfortable in the pocket. Was it like 4 seconds or more? Comfortable. One play I like against zone coverage a lot, though. I kind of saw right there. Did you see that? Either a running back wheel or some sort of like double move, like this was. Some sort of double move or running back wheel behind a streak frequently clears the linebackers, but is underneath the safeties, and then you can just pass lead it down to catch it. It gets into a really vulnerable spot. So like that play right there was a perfect example of it to beat zone coverage too. All right, 3-3-5 loop blitz. I'll show you how to pick it up. It's pretty simple actually, depending on what kind of loop they run. Let's just get into what I say we were in. Tight Y off. All right. Sometimes you got to block more, sometimes you block less, but we'll show you how to block it generally. All right, 3-3-5, 3-3. If they're sending the loop, either LB blitz or nickel blitz 0. Sometimes they send 4, sometimes they send more. I don't have the second controller plugged in, but it's pretty simple, right? If they're only sending 4, you can either double team the nose. If they're only sending 4, double team the nose takes care of it. You can even send them all out. Okay. If they're sending 5, you need to block a running back. I don't suggest double team, but it can work. Generally, shifting right and then IDing this guy will stop the loop. Okay. All right. This loop wasn't set up that play, so it didn't like stop it, quote unquote. But that's generally what you can do. It's generally IDing defensive linemen, either double or ID the mic on one of them to really stop the loop. But you do need an extra blocker. I just got shed right there. Who was that? Who's that beast? Is that Sat? So that's kind of how you set up the loop. It's really simple. Once you know logic, the loop's still good, right? Like guys will still shed. You see a Warren Stat will still get a shed in your center. That's 87 Kevin Mawai right there, that team captain. I don't know why I'm running a free card. Free cards always get nerfed. So that's how you start the loop. That's how you start the DB blitz. If they're like in 6-1, I just get the ball out quick, I guess. Just throw the flats fast if they're in 6-1, right? If they're blitzing really heavy. And it's the thing just like every heavy blitzer. Get the ball out, like a great play. See this combo right here? Jackson to the flat, Johnson there. Maybe you can delay him by that, but like there's no way of stopping this. Like, okay, maybe like Hester out here. Right? Flat slant. The user usually has to pick either the running back or the wide receiver here. And you just go 1-1000, 2-1000. Okay, then I go there. If the user went out to the flat to guard the running back. All right, obviously, if your opponent can adjust behind you, so you're going to have to adjust off the adjustments. But really, make sure your opponent covers the flats every single time. Make sure your opponent covers the flats every single down. If they can leave a flat open against you, it makes defense so much easier. It makes defense miles easier if they can ignore the short one side of the field. Probably the biggest tip. How deep into this video are we? 30 minutes? All right. What else in the Denver book do I like? I went through some of the box. I went through some of the tight. Did I go through all the tight stuff that I like? No, but a lot of it's set up similar to last year. And it was the meta last year, so I'm not going to go through it. Does bench beat man coverage? Kinda. Watch the goat or sharp. Not against cover 2 man. Kinda. Like it has to be specific. Like my out routes, like that worked. It does work. For the out route, you could zig them for a little bit better success chance, but like sometimes it gets locked. Sometimes they run into each other and you're wide open like 80 was. But yeah, it's just what fried man last year doesn't fry man this year. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Something like this. That's a good one. Yeah, see, like that time it literally got locked down. I mean, I know it's more realistic. It's more realistic that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Because that's like literally man coverage. But yeah, it makes it a lot worse for trying to deal with man. Oh, inside cross is a good one. As far as a man beater. No changes. All right, box. What's what I like about box? It's kind of it. It's kind of it, dudes. Use your hot routes. Not a lot of cheesy RPOs in this book. That's the free Denver ebook. I like Hoss Wide Juke, but Not that great against man. And man's the meta. So, have fun, dudes. Have fun. That's the Denver Ebook. Become a member for the more advanced and what I think are, straight up S tier concept schemes and the biggest glitch in Madden 24 right now. All right. Bye.